Alright, welcome back. This is part 3, if you want to call it that. We're going to show you how to do what, John? What are we going to do?
We're going to show you how to set the injector low slope value correctly using the correction factors from the widebands.
Alright, hope you guys appreciate this. It's 85 degrees out. I'm in John's garage. You got my car cooking up the place. It's like 110 in here. Alright, let's go.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring up our correction factors in gauge format. So we're going to use the variables right here like we used before to make a variables list. We're going to expand fuel, expand closed loop, and we're going to do each bank. So we're going to start with bank 1, here we go. And right here, here's our PI correction. We're going to grab that, drag it over in a gauge format. So here's that gauge for bank 1. And just slide down a little further. We've got bank 2, here we go. Expand that, grab it. Now we have both gauges. So you can see, just like in our variables list before, our correction factors are pretty small right now. But, Michael, you want to mess that up, right? So
I want to mess it up. Let's mess it up. I don't know why I do this.
All right.
Car runs fine.
So we're going to go at the top under calibration. Actually, we're going to move over to the working page. So when this spot right here says reference page, that means we're on the reference page. You click that. And now we are on the working page. So when it says working page,
you're on the working page.
You're on the working page.
They should have a light that says you're on the working page or something.
All right. So we're going to expand fuel. Man, it is getting hot in here. We're going to go into injector configuration, and we're going to drag over our primary injector slope. So here are Michael's values that he's running off of right now.
Make that window a little bit bigger. See that? See the bottom there, low slope rate,
all right.
95. Let's mess it up.
So let's just put that at 110.
Look at the gauges, 1.04, 1.04.
All right, so I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit this right button. See how our corrections just went up?
115, 114. They're way off now. So what would you do, John?
Oh.
All right, we had to set the car off. This is very important, and I want John to talk about this a little bit more. Go ahead, John.
All right, so when our corrections are on the right side of 1, that means that the wideband feedback is saying we need to add more fuel. In this case, we're adding 15% more fuel when we're in closed loop. So what that means is our low slope rate value is too high.
Too high.
So we need to lower that low slope rate value to say our injector is actually a little bit smaller, so we're going to pulse the injector more and get more fuel into the engine.
Okay. I want people to understand that these are not wide bands that you're looking at. These are right what they say at the bottom of the gauges. PI correction. This is your correction value. Now, we could pull up a variables list, right, John?
Yep.
The one that we called MP1, and you could see these in a regular numbers format. All right, digits. But this is a gauge, and some people like to use a gauge. I know Chris from Pro-Am likes to use a gauge. I like to use the just the digits.
Yeah, I personally like the gauges myself, just because I can see if I'm sweeping on the right side or the left side of 1 pretty easily. It's big in your face. That's why I like it that way. But if you like it another way, you can actually change these to dot matrix gauge. And you get a number right there, 1.151.
Yeah.
Or back to the dial gauge, or like Michael and I showed you earlier, you can just put it in the variables list.
Yeah. All right, we're going to start this car back up. You can see the corrections, 1.15, 1.15, 15% richer. We're going to put it back to normal while the car is running. And you can